All right, as we continue talking a little Ole Miss and LSU, Trinidad Chambliss is going to be one of the major storylines. He is going to be the starting quarterback in this game, and so far he has been successful in this season. He has thrown for 719 yards. He's completing 68% of his passes. He has 4 touchdowns to no interceptions. He's also 11.6 yards per attempt, so big plays. Let's see what he's done so far this year and who he's done it against. Georgia State, came in mop-up duty, 4-6, 59 yards and a score. He did not play against Kentucky. Okay, against Arkansas, he comes in 21 of 29, 353 yards, 72% completion percentage, over 12 yards per attempt, had a score, no interceptions. Against Tulane a week ago, 17 of 27, 307 through the air, 63% completion percentage, 2 scores, no interceptions. Running the football, he had 8 yards against Georgia State. Against Kentucky, he didn't throw a pass, but he did have a couple of runs. He had 3 carries for 13 yards. Against Arkansas, 15 carries for 62 yards and 2 scores. And then last week against Tulane, it was 14 for 112, 8 yards per carry, had a long of 41. So he has been dynamic. I'll give him credit when he's been in there. Do I think he's faced a defense that he's about to face in LSU? Not even close. Arkansas is almost dead last in every single SEC category. I don't think Kentucky has any game changers on that defense. And again, he just ran the football in that game. No pass attempts for him. The Tulane defense isn't bad. They're okay. They're in the middle of the pack as far as the American standings and where they're at there. But he's not facing LSU defense right now. No, is it a challenge for LSU's defense? Yeah, it is. Good offense. But LSU so far on defense has been smothering. LSU on defense so far has gotten after every quarterback. Cade Klubnik and DJ Lagway, right? Guys we hyped up in the preseason. They played really well against them, right? Yep. And look, those quarterbacks have not played like we thought they would, but LSU's been up for the challenge whenever they've been challenged by anybody. Louisiana Tech, in the fourth quarter, you're scratching and clawing and fighting because you don't want them to score. Against Southeastern, when they scored finally last week, you saw how upset the starting defense was, right? They wanted the shutout. It's a different LSU defense than we've had here in a very, very long time. Trinidad Chambliss has been great, but he's about to face something that he hasn't seen yet, and I cannot wait to see how it plays out.
So 2 starts for Trinidad last 2 weeks, and has played really well. Statistically, really, really impressive. Watching the tape, going back, Arkansas is one of the worst SEC defenses I remember watching. I don't know statistically how they really are. I'm just talking about from a personnel standpoint, from an adjustment standpoint, not very good. Trinidad Chambliss, he's very fast. And Lane Kiffin is a master of trying to get his playmakers in a advantageous position from a numbers perspective to be able to make plays and to use their skill set. And that is exactly what he's doing with Trinidad. He is using a lot of zone reads, not just like your traditional zone read with your running back where they're letting the end go and they're zoning up to the will linebacker and the mic, and he's reading the defensive end. But they're doing it out of shifts, motions, jet sweep read options, pitch it to the back or run the ball. A lot of creative ways to let Trinidad read what the defense is doing and then give them multiple options. It's just like a defense training and practicing for an old school triple option. You have to be very disciplined on defense. You have to know your assignment, stick to your assignment, and no matter what kind of eye candy they're showing you, no matter how amazing of a play you think you can go hit Trinidad right now, if he's not the person you're supposed to hit, you have to stay on your assignment. So you have to avoid the temptation to leave your responsibility in an attempt to try to make a play, because that's exactly what Lane Kiffin wants you to do. He wants you to get out of position because those are the kind of plays he's drawn up. Now, it is surprising to me that he has had so many passing yards in all these games because I don't think he is the best passer, okay? So I don't think he is. Now, he has thrown for a lot of yards. I just don't think he's a very accurate passer. Now, he has He's excelled recently in the passing game because of that threat to run the ball.
Yeah.
Defenses really haven't had the personnel against Ole Miss to just be able to line up with a normal box, a normal amount of people in the box, and stop their attack. So
Right.
they've had to load the box with extra people, which has given them very easy pickings in the past game. So I don't think Trinidad Chambliss is good enough to beat this LSU defense. There are issues. LSU has to play well. But if they continue to play like we've seen each and every week, I mean, we have guys playing last week against Southeastern harder than anybody's ever played a directional school U. Like, the effort that they're giving. So we know it's going to be there. We know we have the talent. We know we have the speed to match up with Trinidad's legs.
Yeah.
I think they're going to stop that. And he has not shown me that he can really read a full.
Isn't that what
read.
you want him to have to do?
Absolutely, make him beat him. Make him beat
lose,
you with his arm.
Yeah, if you lose to Ole Miss and Chambliss, it has to be because he beat you going through his progressions, making throws that you didn't believe maybe he can make. Right? That has to be.
He's not going to beat you with his legs.
Right.
LSU, Blake Baker is too good. So Lane Kiffin, what does he like to do? He likes to set up, and then try to hit you with that setup and hit you with a haymaker.
Right.
So Blake Baker knows that, right? We trust, and Blake Baker we trust, right?
Yeah.
And he's got the personnel and the speed. So make Trinidad beat you with his arm. Make him have to go through first, second, third, check down, because I don't think he can do it. And when he does do it, I don't think he's very accurate. Now, if a team's loading the box and there's a corner route running wide open, yeah, he can hit that. He can hit it all day.
Yeah.
But he has not faced an LSU defense. So I actually really like this matchup for LSU's defense. I really do. And I know the success. I know he's thrown for over 300 yards on both of his starts. I know he's run for 100 plus. I get it. I don't really care.
Yeah.
LSU's defense is a nightmare matchup for him.
We always talk about the Ole Miss offense, and let's take the last two games out because they are a team that does want to run the football first, and that's why we're so adamant about, hey, you got to stop the run. If you stop the run and you make him become a true passer, that is going to behoove you. And so when you look at the Ole Miss running game, and it's very diverse. And that's one thing I give them a lot of credit for. A lot of people just assume a lot with the Ole Miss offense. In the last two games, Matt, they've had 77 runs, and it's been a combination. You've had 3% outside zone. You've had 27% inside zone. You've had a man scheme 39% of the time. You've had power 12% of the time. You've had counter 9% of the time. And you've had pull lead 6% of the time. So my point in bringing that up is it is a very diverse run game. It is not your, hey, we're just going to run zone read, and that's really going to be our only run that we have up. And look, at times LSU has fallen into that over the last couple of years. Now, when you had Jaden Daniels, the math changes, and it's like, okay, I get it.
Yep.
I get why you only run inside zone because he can pull it and go 85 like he did against Florida. But this Ole Miss offense, they're going to try to get the running game going however they can. They're going to try different runs until they feel like they found something that can be a weakness for you.
Yeah, and a lot of it's quarterback runs with Trinidad Chambliss. And you watch the film. It's
those
not
powers
just,
and counters or Q power,
they
Q
did,
counter.
They did a lot. I saw them run a zone read, which I've never seen this before. A zone read and no tight ends in the box. So it was just a 5-down lineman. There's no tight end on the left or right. They ran a zone read off the end, but the tackle was pulling to the side as a power lead guy. As a tackle, I'm like,
Right.
oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, you don't see many pullers on zone runs.
I mean, huge shocker. It didn't work.
Right.
But so it was weird. It's kind of like a look how smart I am type of play by the offensive line coach, probably. But they do, and they'll run a lot of quarterback lead sweeps outside, and then they'll hit you with a fake lead sweep counter to the other side. So they do a lot of creative things. I mean, for all this reputation that Lane Kiffin has, we know that he wants to run the ball, and he's a creative run game designer.
Yeah, he is.
And he's not afraid to try something for the first time, right?
Yeah, because I've never seen that either. I've watched a lot of film.
He's not afraid to try anything, but, he's we've all seen the clip of Lane Kiffin when he was the OC at Alabama of I think it was Tua, or maybe it was Jalen Hurts. I can't remember, the play action in the post, and he's walking down the field with his hands up. He loves the setup, and he knows the exact thing you're looking
on the sluggo you showed on film. He's got his arms up.
Exactly.
He knows. Yeah,
he knows.
That's his favorite part of it.
That's his I can only imagine, that's his favorite part as a coach, is setting somebody up and then running something off of that setup he gets the satisfaction from that. So look for that throughout the game. And it could be subtle. Something like, we're running this jet sweep, jet, and all of a sudden it's a jet sweep, reverse, counter throw. Like, it's just, he wants to do a setup, and you're going to look for it. What you don't want to see this week is LSU's defense get undisciplined, and you see Lane Kiffin's arms go up before the pass has even been thrown. So, but I'm excited about it. I think the game could come down to the chess match between Blake Baker and Lane Kiffin's trickery.
Yeah.
The setup. What kind of trick play can he? Because that's the only way that I think that they'll be able to be explosive and score on this defense. Now, okay, they could have a good drive. They could have a little. It could be a missed tackle, and Trinidad makes a good run. But from a big explosive play, I think the only way they're going to do it is that setup trick play. So look for that chess match between Blake Baker, Lane Kiffin, and can he keep them, our defense, disciplined enough to not get hit, not get counterpunched with one of those trick plays.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see who they try to do that to as well, because when you look at the defensive backfield in Delane and Halsey and Cooley, those guys play a lot of football. Right? They've kind of seen all the things that we're talking about.
They've been around.
Right now, P.J. Williams played a lot of football, but he's only a sophomore. All right. Now, DJ Pickett is an alien. I mean, that guy, like, he's going to play football for as long as he wants to play football. Like, when you see him walking around, you're like, yeah, you're not from this earth, because nobody looks like you, has the speed and size and the smarts that he has as a freshman. So he's a very, very big-time player for LSU, and they're counting on him as a freshman. But I wonder if he gets in, if Lane Kiffin's like, all right, I got to test this freshman. Right? I got to try to double move this freshman. I wonder how intricate they're going to get with some of those shots that they take, because they're going to take them and they're going to set it up. Like, I wonder if they're like, okay, let's try one of the young guys, because we don't feel like we can get Delane. Like, Delane's been really good this year. He's played as well as any corner in America so far this year. Let's see, even though DJ Pickett is, I truly believe he's going to be like an all-SEC, all-American type guy. Let's see if we can get him. Let's see if we can get P.J. Woodland maybe to bite on the sluggo that we talked about yesterday.
And it might be one of those situations. Let's play some chess, not checkers. And Blake Baker's like, all right, I'm going to put DJ Pickett in, and I'm going to solo him up because I think Lane Kiffin might try to attack him. And I kind of want that. Because, like you said, the dude's an alien.
He is.
And he can make a play. So, hey, let's try to make Lane react to us instead of us react to them. Let's like dangle a little fruit in front of him. Let's dangle a freshman out there and see what he wants to do. See if he wants to attack him.
It's going to be the matchup. It is the matchup that we can't wait to watch, and it's Lane Kiffin versus Blake Baker.